Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Ninth Legion, and we are playing Factorio. So, this is episode 2. We've still got a very basic factory. We've only been at it like 15 minutes. So, I think we're doing okay on progress. We have seen our first biter base. There's one right up in the corner of the map here, which I'm kind of unhappy about, because it's pretty close to my power production area. I was very happy about this massive body of water we had protecting our side, and then I saw there was a base up the top there. So, you know, that's probably bad. Let's keep all of this stuff topped up with fuel. There we go. Okay, military is researched. I can now make a submachine gun. I think we're going to have to go for turrets straight away. I haven't got anything happening automatically yet, so that might be the next thing we want to do, really. I have got a fair bit of resources on me, so let's make ourselves the submachine gun. Which won't take too long. Probably should make some ammunition at the same time. No point having a submachine gun if you haven't got any bullets to put in it. You probably don't have enough to make enough science for the turret research, do you? So I'm going to have to do that as well. This is the problem. I need to do lots of different things. Let's automate our turrets, though, shall we? Not our turrets, our science. So, bear in mind, I'm not good at this game. Other people can do it a lot better. Check the description for those people. But my plan is to quite simply have this little factory make science packs. So I need to insert copper plate and I need to insert gear wheels. So I can give it copper plate straight away. That's not a problem. What I'm going to need to do is have another factory next door to it. Just watching my pollution creep closer to that base. As soon as it gets there, they're going to be coming for me. Okay. So this is how Factorio works. We are going to have a factory that makes iron gear wheels. It is then going to put those iron gear wheels into the factory making science beakers, and that factory will then put the science beakers into the research lab. That's the plan. Let's give all this set up some power so they can all start working. You are going to want some iron, and you're going to want a lot of iron. It is going to be hungry for iron, so we'll put a chest down next to it. And I'm just going to put all of my... Yeah, I'm going to put all of my iron in there, and that should keep going. So, yeah, that's working. It's making gear wheels. Gear wheels then go into here to make science beakers, and there you go. You can see the inserter arms going. That's actually kind of fancy. Right, turrets is coming along nicely. I think this is the area I want to defend first, so I'm going to make sure I've got some resources on me so I can actually build some turrets as soon as that finishes. And then we'll put down some turrets with ammunition inside. We are going to want another factory, actually, to make ammunition for us. Grab some coal. Just want to make sure everything's still working for us. There we go. Turrets are done. I think armor would also be useful. I've had too many games where you die too soon because there are biters and they are angry. Okay. That's actually a decent amount of steel. Making another factory so I can start ammo production, but we are also going to want to start making a number of turrets. Let's check on our little copper line down here. We're doing okay. Just keep you topped up. Take all the copper you have, because I'm going to need that later. That's the only base we've spotted so far, which is kind of good, because our pollution in the other directions is actually spreading really far. It's not good, guys. Got one turret made. I'm going to have two momentarily. I could actually just nick all the gear wheels out of that. That'll actually speed this up a bit quicker. Because I won't have to make them all in my pocket. Right, 2 turrets should be okay. I'm going to put them kind of there and there, so they can support each other, but cover a bit more of a wider area. You can have half my ammo. You can have the other half of my ammo. How are you doing? You're going through my iron plate quite quickly, but that's to be expected. Doesn't use as much copper, which is okay. Alright, let's head back over this way. So at least there's some defences there. The initial biter attacks will be quite small. As you kill biters, and especially as you kill their bases, they will evolve and get bigger and angrier and scarier, which is all lovely. We could make walls next. That could be useful. We could make some lights so you guys can actually see what's happening when it gets dark. Hopefully this video doesn't turn out to be too dark. But I think logistics will be very useful. Underground belt splitters and fast inserters are very handy things to have. Okay, I'm actually going to put down some turrets kind of in the central area here. We're going to have that, which will hopefully make me some ammunition. I'm going to have to give it some iron ore, and then I'm going to have to run over some electricity. So how many power poles have I got, and how many can I make? Not that many. We're going to need more electrical poles soon. But we'll start running electricity over. I did make my power station quite far away on purpose, so it doesn't get in the way of anything else, and it's got room of its own to expand. Because as you go, you're going to end up wanting an awful lot of electricity to keep everything happening. There we go. So that will now connect up over here, and with any luck, that is now making bullets. Of course, I didn't actually give it I didn't have anything set up to take ammunition out of it, which is a small problem. There we go. Need more chests. I need more iron. Okay, as long as we get this going, we'll be alright. Give me some steel chests, and we're going to limit that. I don't want to just have thousands of rounds of basic ammo, but I do want some basic ammo, particularly so I can put it into my turrets. Okay, this is good. We've got the basic setup. We have power, we have ammunition being produced, we have science being done automatically, although I am going to have to keep topping that up periodically, because it doesn't have any materials being delivered automatically. But there's still, it's still got ingredients, so that's still happening. Logistics will get done eventually. What we want to do is start moving on to electric mining drills, and we want to start making some transport belt. So let's keep gathering resources from these guys, because once they fill up, they will stop. You can see all the drills here have actually stopped because there's nowhere for them to put any more coal, which is good because it means we've got lots of coal. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to start smelting down some of our stone into bricks. So that will feed in quite happily. Let's give you some of that, and if I can get some power over to you, try and maximise my connections there. There we go. So that will load up and automatically start making bricks. We'll have the bricks come out, and we will put them into the chest, and then I can use those bricks, we're going to want a lot of bricks actually, to make walls later on. Haven't researched walls yet, but we'll have the stuff ready for it to get going. There we go, plenty of ammunition now, that's happening quite happily. Going to make myself a suit of armour, which will give me a bit more defence against biter attacks. So you can see I've got my iron armour equipped down there. It does give me a few resistances as well to acid, explosions and physical attacks, which isn't bad. Now we want to look at some electric mining drills, so let's start making a bunch of those. What have I run out of first? It's going to be the iron, isn't it? It's always going to be the iron. And I'm going to want a bunch more stone furnaces. And we're going to get industrial. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. We will check you guys are full, so I don't have to come down here too often. Nick everything you've got, so you do keep on working. We've got a lot of copper on us now. Copper shouldn't be a problem. We're mostly burning through iron right now. Keep grabbing that ammunition. I'm actually going to put some more ammunition in these guns, because they've only got 4 rounds each, which isn't great. Actually, there's no reason to not leave them with a fair bit. I want them doing their job without me having to worry about it. Okay, so where are we going to make our main production line? We're kind of hemmed in by forest. Forest is good, because it absorbs pollution. On the other hand, I can't build on forest, so I'll have to chop down a lot of these trees, to be honest. Unless I go down. What's actually down? My radars haven't really revealed too much of this area, because I can just conveyor all the way down here, and I want to do a central bus, which means you basically run all your raw materials through the centre. Oh good, there's more iron down here. And more copper. We're pretty good for copper in this area. Okay, so there's plenty of raw materials. But yeah, I want to do a central bus layout, so you put the raw materials on belts through the centre, and then you just divert them off when you need them to work on other stuff. We'll get some walls up. That will delay the biters. They are quite tough for them to try and, you know, eat their way through. And that is happening slowly but surely. We could speed up that production, we could have more furnaces going, but it's going to be a while until walls are ready, so let's get the iron production sorted out first. So, as you can see, the electric mining drills cover a much wider area. They have a mining speed of 0.5 compared to mining speed of 0.35, so they are pretty much better in every way. I don't want to demolish what I've got just yet, so I'm actually going to start up this side. If you can see the thin blue kind of colouring, that indicates where they're going to be mining from. And we'll have them facing each other this way, like so. So there's going to be a little bit of overlap in the centre, but the reason I've got them doing it that way around is so I can run this transport belt, which luckily doesn't need electricity to work. But they'll unload their mined out material directly onto that transport belt for me, which, as you can imagine, is pretty handy. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Iron ore coming down the belt. Yeah, we're going to have to demolish a bunch of forest, I think. Unfortunately, it's going to be what has to happen. So we'll extend this up as far as we can for the time being, or at least as far as I can actually get on my current amount of transport belt. There we go. And now I'm going to start up a production line. So I've got these stone furnaces in my pocket. I'm going to put them out in this little pattern, which is my preferred way of doing it. I'm not convinced it's the best way of doing it, it's just the way I kind of do it. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we're going to want 10 of these, I think. There we go. So we're going to want more inserters. We want more of everything, to be honest. It's just the order I get to it in. So we're going to have an inserter taking off the belt and then dropping off to the other side. There we go. Trying to slow down so the inserters I'm building in my pocket magically somehow I don't run out of, but I just did, so I'm going to chop down some trees. That's right, these trees need to go. Humanity is colonising this planet. We can't stop for locals or trees. Unfortunately, there's not really a very quick way of getting rid of trees, so I could be spending a lot of time demolishing trees. I might have to do some of that off camera if we're kind of stable and alive. But okay, there we go. So all of this is going to need fuel, but I can do that manually for the time being to get us started. Let's get some more belt made so we can actually take this off. And I guess I'm actually going to run it down and along so I can start my main bus. Oh, that's the wrong way around. There we go. I really like the sound of placing belt like that. I don't know why, I find it very, very pleasing. Okay. There we go. That'll be the start of my main bus. It's going to run directly into forest again, but I'll deal with that at some other point in time. Alright, let's put some coal into this whole setup. 4 won't be able to support this directly anyway, so I don't need to worry about maximising everything straight off. And there we go. So by placing the power poles between each set of 2 furnaces, I can actually cover the whole area. They will automatically take off here and dump into there, and we'll see what we can do. Now this belt is going to fill up pretty quick, so I'm going to have to occasionally just run along it and pressing the wrong key there. Pick everything up. But it will give us a good outlay, so I can start demolishing these, which hopefully might reduce my pollution slightly. Although I have just added to it immeasurably much with that whole other setup I just did. But oh well. Okay, you've run out of stuff. How much ammunition is in there? 33 rounds. I'm definitely going to need more of that. Give you a bunch more. Oh, I finished research. I didn't even notice. Right, let's get steel processing. We're going to want steel, mostly because I want the good ammunition right now. Pick up that ammunition. How are we doing over here? Looks like we are running out of fuel a bit. Let's go and stock all of that up. So we're getting there. We've got the basics happening. It is a bit slow. I'm not the best at this. I'm probably going to stop saying that because you guys are going to get pissed off if I keep apologising. There we go. No, you've still got some in there. That's actually not running out as quickly as I thought it would. Fill you up on copper plate and we're good. Got my turrets up there. You could use more ammunition actually. Pollution is just going to get closer to that, I can tell. Makes me nervous. So it'll happen when I'm quite far away. I can guarantee. And I'll have to run back screaming the entire time that the bloody biters are blowing up my bloody base. It's going to happen. Yep, we're doing okay on power actually. We'll have to expand that fairly soon. These electric mining drills do use a lot of juice, and of course pretty much all of them then have an associated inserter picking and taking stuff. But it's okay. Grab all the goodies, and I'll empty out what's actually stored in them. Let's get some more power poles so I can continue extending this up. And then I'm going to want a bunch more of transport belt. I really want to get transport belt being made automatically for me. Alright, who doesn't have fuel? You don't, you don't, you don't. Okay, right, they've all got fuel, which is good. Now, I want the extra belt here, because what I want to do is run a line of coal next to it. So that what happens is, I can have long-handed inserters delivering coal directly into the furnaces, and then this whole setup just runs it automatically by itself, and I don't have to do a damn thing. And if you don't think that's beautiful, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video. Just run along the belt like this, a bit slower because I'm running against the belt. If I stand still on the belt actually carries me as well, which is kind of nice, but occasionally you'll be trying to do something and wandering away from it. Yeah, we are actually working through our backlog of iron ore, so 4 electric mining drills isn't going to support that for very long. We'll have to work on that a bit. But this is all about expanding stuff, really. Okay, we've got steel processing done. Good. What are we going to move on to next? I probably should put some lights around so you guys can actually see. It's not something crucial, but you know, I don't want people complaining the video is too dark, so we'll start on that next. And before this video gets too long, I'm going to take a break. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Do leave me a like, do leave me a comment. Tell me how I should be making stuff. And yeah, feel free to subscribe to the channel. So, hopefully I'll see you later. Bye.